All right. Hi. Good morning for me, afternoon for the other person. Hi. It has been an age for me personally since I've played this character, but welcome to Help Wanted. Fun little game with where everyone's going to be having such a good time always. I'm Kraken. I'm playing Admiral Abbigull. With me today is
Atomic. Hi, I'm going to be playing Mac.
haha. you know, these people have such a fun, good, not complicated history.
Yeah, it's going to be. I don't even know. Did we give this a rating?
It's a good point.
I don't actually know what the potential rating could be. We'll figure it out. You'll see it
See,
maybe in
here's
the
the thing.
description. We'll say something.
Yeah, the disparity here is that Abigail would predict this as, you know, no big thing at all. Meanwhile, Matt could be like
Mac,
pressing the red panic button.
Mac Guilt Lonless. But yeah, we'll see how it
Specifically, it's the
turns
Gonzo thing where it's like guilt.
out.
But anyway, speaking of Mac Guilt Longless, where are they today? What are they up to?
So yeah, Mac is going to be at the Halloween Town Library. I'd assume there's one
Oh yeah,
because they need like a desk and they need some free space to go over their resume because they've been crashing at Philippe's for a long while now, but they kind of feel guilty about doing it for free and they need a job. They need a job, so they need to like fix up their uh fix up their CV, get their references straight. But
hi.
that's kind of difficult considering they haven't. I don't think they've technically even quit their last job. It's
I,
gonna be it's a little difficult. They're just you know that thing when you get like so you don't know where to start and you just sort of sit there with all the paper in front of you.
yeah. I mean, at what point does A, not going to work, and B, your boss trying to frame you just become legally job abandonment and I don't work here anymore? Hmm.
There's probably a timer on that. Although Mac has not found it yet. They're looking through all the whole bunch of dense legal stuff,
Yeah, you want
trying to
to
figure out what to do.
roll intelligence to see how all that's parsing for you, this legalese.
Absolutely. What is the roll for here? Is it a slash R?
Uh,
No, is it a
let me.
R?
Exclamation R. See, my problem is it's on muscle memory. Exclamation RD, whatever.
Exclamation R D20. Is it straight inte? Do you say straight intelligence? Because I have investigation.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know if
go ahead
that's
and do
still valid.
investigation.
Okay, it's a +3 smart cookie. Still not
11.
great. 11.
Uh, Mac has located some books. The actual reading of them is proving trickier.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what kind of legal documents would. Is there like books on like laws and stuff? I don't even know. But if there
Gotta
is,
think
Max found
probably.
them. Yeah, he's looking at the glossary. They're looking at the glossary right now. They're like looking at all these terms. They're like, okay. So they're like piecing together a single sentence. It's going okay. It's better than not getting it at all.
We're at step like 1.5 out of an unknown but intimidating number.
Yeah, and that's not even getting into like amongst all the legal mumbo jumbo stuff of making a good reference and such. They're not even onto the part where they have to like talk about themselves.
Yeah, it's a bit at a time, a chunk at a time.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. They're just like head is getting closer and closer to the table because
Head hurty. Oh boy. Well, Mac, while you're trying to focus on this very important stuff, want to also roll me a perception?
absolutely. I just forgot immediately what I there's the exclamation mark D or R D. Yeah, okay, I got it. I got it. Mac is like, I need help.
Well, Mac, you ever hear the expression about like a monkey's paw?
You know, I don't think they've never heard of that. Is that like Lynn? Is Lynn gonna come over and help?
Frankly, Lynn would be helpful.
Yeah, like a monkey's paw coming to lend a hand. Surely that's
Yeah,
good, right?
a good thing. Except in this case, the monkey's paw might take more the form of like white instead of gold, and it might be kind of feathery instead of furry, and it might be attached to a bird that Mac hasn't seen. But the thing with the Admiral is that you can hear her coming from a long way away. And
Mac gets like a telltale here and then starts like scanning all the shelves like it's a horror movie.
13 is enough to know that the Admiral is here. It is not enough to know where'st is the Admiral.
Oh,
It's not
okay.
even quite her voice. I think Mac just recognizes the very distinctive step because of the fake leg. And it's echoing, and it's hard to tell where it's coming from. It is horror movie vibes now.
Yeah, Mac's like doing the head on a swivel, like he's like cutting over. There's like shelves, shelves. There's more shelves. They look and there's like, oh my god, it's Abigail, but it's like a paper, it's like a paper doll someone made, like one of the kids made and put on the wall for the library
Oh my
during like
god.
a kids reading session. It's like, oh, thank God.
Well, good news for Mac. Abigail does have a. It's not that she's actively stealthing, but still has a -1 to stealth. So that means it's a 4. This is a pure white bird. It is incredibly hard to miss. That's how the math works here, right? Sure. 3. There we go. Rounding the corner is the Admiral, who on a 15
It's
also spots you instantly.
oh no. It's like Mike looked at like the paper doll that was on the wall. I was like, oh thank goodness. And then Abigail comes right around the wall. Oh
Or
no.
it's or it's even Mac's size turns around when aiming to go back to work and Abigail's right there.
Yeah.
Well, that's a mighty fine amount of books you got there. What you working on?
Oh my god. Hi.
Legal books. Oh, is it like picking up one and just kind of like leaping through it?
Hi. Miss Abigail. Fancy
Yes,
seeing you here. Hi.
I know, right? Really not my scene. Just going through that one book checks the title. Crimes, huh?
I yeah, I'm not planning to do any more crimes. That I promise.
Oh, hey, I know. It's not for everyone. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not everyone's bag of tea. I get it.
You think I'm faint of heart?
Give me Kraken one moment. Abbigull's gonna reach out and just like pat Mac on the there's no shoulder. Approximation of snake shoulder. Assuming she
The
can fucking
Snolder.
reach. A snolder. It's like, oh, well, don't take it like that. I mean, Jackie had their own spin at crimes, and just again, it wasn't for them. And no harm done. It's all a learning experience. But if you're
Wait,
not planning to like do a crime, then I think I guess now that Abigail's getting to be a nosy bitch, is going to roll investigation on what's all over the table with all her incredible +0 and get a 7. Cool.
yeah, you haven't checked the glossary.
It's more like sees that there's multiple books of legalese. I'm trying to think like she doesn't think it's a job application thing. What would she think this is?
Well, if I had a nickel for every heist Mac has planned,
Yeah. More than Mac wants. Now I do hate to tell you, Mac, white collar like crime is still crimes, but that's what the legalese is for. You gotta figure out the gray areas.
I, I mean, I am. Well, wait. I'm not looking for like crimey white collar work. I'm just looking for white collar work.
Oh, you're job hunting. Oh, well, that seems awfully
Yeah,
complicated for that. Normally, I just kind of like walked up to people and said, "Hey, here's what I can do," and either they gave it to me or I kind of took it.
that's very. I mean, no offense, but that's very, very old of you.
I, I can't even deny that. I tried giving that advice to some other people, and they told me that's not how it works anymore, which seems silly to me. But as you just pointed out, I'm not young anymore. I don't know how it works.
Yeah. One of the biggest things you need is references, and my last job isn't really an option for that, so I'm kind of trying to figure out if I ever legally quit or not.
Right. Mm. Yeah, no, I don't think Mar is your option for getting the glow interview. Uh-uh. Well, listen, that sounds like that's just networking. There's other people like, listen, the Philippe's little tadpoles, the guppies. You ever babysat for them? That's a reference. Get Philippe to do it. Philippe can, I'm sure. And if they're asking for like, did you ever get paid? Maybe it's white lies. What do you need to do?
I mean, I'm not very good at lying.
No, that's why I'm saying Philippe does it.
Oh, right. Yeah, he's. I don't know if he's good at lying. Well, if he
I
has lied
have
to me, I guess it's good
faith.
enough.
I have faith in him.
But I mean, I suppose I've babysat like once or twice, but not really for any money because I'm already sort of indebted. for, having a room and a roof over my head.
Well, yeah, that's how you both feel. Abigail's just kind of like tapping Feather on her chin. Okay, well, let's switch around to the other problem. You said you're not sure if technically you still work at Scrubby W Ducky. Is that right?
Yeah, well, I mean, considering everything that happened, I didn't really get a letter of resignation. Or, pink slip.
Could go make sure of that.
Well, I have been kind of careful with my mail. I don't pick up mail at my old house anymore, because I kind of just fled.
I was more kind of thinking along the lines, if you're not sure that you're fired, go do something extremely fireable. But considering it's Mar, that's not exactly a harmless endeavor.
I think I've probably already done something fireable. I mean, I guess, like, I could still, or maybe she'd send a pink slip or something, but I wouldn't know.
Mac, here's what I'm hearing. We just need to make Mar not an option. We need to not include her in this at all.
Right,
You
so
need
then what?
a different reference. If it can't be Mar and you're not sold on Philippe, then take some like bullshit interim job for like 2 days, and that's your reference. That's your CV.
I mean, I guess there'll be like a big gap, but I could say like something very smart to lie about.
Yeah, see exactly. So yeah, pack all this up. Come along with me.
I don't need to pack any of this up because it's all the libraries, and
Well, I assume you
I
want to
can just
keep
pick it up.
your resume papers.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just gonna hop back, wait for Mac to gather up anything they want.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know if it's a very pretty sight because Max Hammer space is in their mouth, so they're just eating a lot of paper right now.
You're saying this to Jackie's mom. Jackie also works down stuff.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
This is completely normal. This is just Jackie on big scale.
Yeah. Do you, do you think like when Max grabbing all their stuff, like a librarian sees that?
You know what?
Like,
This is the Halloween Town Library specifically. I feel librarians have seen some shit. I think honestly, this library's bigger problem at the moment is the vampire that they've been probably unable to kick out at closing hours.
yeah,
Cassius.
they got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah. Like as a library patron, Mac, no problem whatsoever. Model person.
Yeah, it's like a librarian like comes over to check the commotion because Abigail's talking really loud, sees Mac like swallowing a whole bunch of papers, and just shushes Abigail and then walks away.
Abigail shushes back. On our way out. Shush, shush, shush.
Okay, I've got everything.
All right, walk with me. It's just gonna start going.
Oh, right, okay.
Do you believe like the nerve of these library workers? Like that has got to be the 5th time I've been shushed in 20 minutes.
I think it's because you don't have an indoor voice.
I'm not meant to be indoors.
Well then, what are you even doing here if you don't like being indoors?
Oh, well, reach into jacket to her own hammer space, pulls out a book. Mac, it looks like a children's storybook. Well,
Oh,
believe it or not, I have been running out of both real and imagined exploits to tell Jackie for like bedtime stories and sheer entertainment stuff. Like, it turns out there can be a bit of a limit on imagination. So, need new material. These are the things they don't tell you about parenthood.
oh, right. Wait, have you been like talking about crimes as well, like real crimes?
A little edited, maybe. But like what? Jackie's not a cop.
I don't think that's a good influence, though. I mean, you did say that Jackie had their own stint of crimes, right?
Yeah. Set up like this little fight ring. Was inspired, but you know,
Oh,
not for them. And here's the thing. Here's what I figured. Having knowledge at hand and hearing about my own exploits and how listen, believe it or not, not all of them ended up super well. So I consider it all learning experiences by proxy.
Jackie set up a fight ring?
Yeah, baby fights.
Uh,
Short lived, but in my opinion, iconic.
I I don't. Mac is just gonna keep walking.
I think by this point they've made it out of the library and wherever Abbigull's going, she knows exactly where that is, just confidently leading. It's like, so Mac Lonless, right? Yeah, tell me about yourself.
About myself?
Yeah. Like, do you have any work experience other than Scrubby Ducky? What are you like? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? That sort of thing.
In 5 years? Uh, I mean, I've just been sort of focusing on getting through it each week, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's not that's not a full answer, huh?
I mean, it's answer enough. Tells me what your priorities are. And considering what I do know of you, Mac Lonless, that makes honestly absolute sense. Your life's been a bit turned upside down, topsy turvy, hasn't it? Hence your whole problem with the hiring thing.
I mean, I don't have it too bad, you know? I mean, Jackie's gone through worse, I think.
Hey, now this sort of thing, it ain't a competition. Jackie's
I
been through
get,
hard times. You're also going through hard times.
I mean, yeah, I just wanted, I guess that the point I was trying to make is, I guess, like, I don't know what point I was trying to make.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see. So I'll be frank. All my knowledge of what went on at Scrubby Ducky, whatever the hell that ferret, Rans, Otter, whatever she is, a bitch. If you pardon my language. Well, I take it you're handy with tools, which just kind of looks at big snake body. So you're ingenuitive. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Uh, I sup I suppose. I mean, I kind of have to learn how to use tools a lot because No thumbs. Well,
Exactly.
I guess you could say like one really big long thumb or finger.
One
I don't
thumb
know.
with a whole lot of more articulation than most people. Point is, by all accounts, you are a smart cookie. Got to figure out how to do what you do, and you were able to break onto my ship, which is not a feat everyone can replicate.
um, right, yeah. Anyway, about me. I mean, I guess I did a lot of generating beforehand, like before Scrubby Ducky, but I didn't really last long for many places. They all thought that I wasn't showing up to work, but I really just didn't like people.
Hmm. Okay, okay. So, like, what? Not even the night shift where there's less people worked out?
I mean, even on the night shift, like people didn't see me around, so they thought I was just pocketing the money and doing nothing. But I was there. I just avoid people.
You see, you're too good at what you do. Ah, which, okay, you know what? Impressive. Mac, you are a 6 foot long bright red snake, and people didn't realize you were around.
Uh, 14 foot actually.
Oh, see, even more. Maybe I need to get my site checked. Point
Well,
is, hmm, mhm.
I sort of slouch. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, see, exactly. You're smart. You're deceptive. You're clever. Those are all very good attributes, Mac.
Are they?
Yes. Used well, they get you where you need to be.
I mean, that doesn't sound very ethical, being like deceptive.
Okay, then let me find a different word to describe a similar phenomenon. Because
Isn't that just being deceptive, though?
okay, maybe you're right. Maybe deceptive is the only word. But maybe you're thinking of it in a moral, ethical, philosophical. But I'm thinking like in a bind, in a fight. That's where you want to be deceptive. If you can make the other person think you're one thing, but you're really doing another. That's some linen sauce, and that's where it becomes a metaphor because it doesn't need to be in a fight. That's just life.
I guess, yeah. I mean, are you deceptive a lot of the time? Is that like a noble thing?
Deceptive me, little old me. Oh, how dare you! Roll insight.
Insight. What the fuck are you? Mac, why have you got such good.
Good insight. It's anxiety.
Yeah.
14. 14? Yeah, that's fun.
Or-
Well, big ol' wink Abigail sends your way. So it certainly seems that, yes, Abigail would consider herself as a user of deception, but this is also contrasted by kind of a bit opposite information, Mac, of what you just experienced in the library, where you knew she was coming from a mile away, and also as a bright white bird, it is hard to hide. So, like, what? You've got kind of two conflicting pieces of information here, which may lend credence to what she's implying.
Huh. Okay, yeah.
I mean, I'm just a little bird. I'm just a little grandma bird. I've never done anything wrong in my life.
Okay, yeah, I get the point.
Mac, also roll a perception while we're at it.
Okay. Also, I just want to say, Abigail winking, that's just blinking.
Hence the like fucking 14 instead of like is blink, is wink, what's going on? Okay, another 14 for perception. Uh Mac, I think it's probably safe to say you've been paying close attention to the bird, which you're not entirely comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
So it hasn't been until now where you've noticed kind of where she's been leading you. It's not been like a meandering just around town. She's had a purpose, and now you realize that purpose is, oh, you can hear waves crashing. You can hear like wood creaking. This is the Halloween Town dock, and she is heading right for her ship, the Salty Squabble.
Oh, right, deceptive.
Just hops up on the gangplank, head on board. If Mac is an immediate follow, it like turns around and beckons.
Right, okay. I think Mac is actually gonna pause at the gangplank.
Permission to come aboard.
Okay, permission, yeah, okay.
Now, Mac. From all my understanding, your professional experience has all been in the janitorial business, which is a noble profession. Maintenance, janitorial, all that. Incredibly valuable. It is always good to have a person who knows that, is on top of that. But then I would also ask you, um, would you be at all interested? Would you be interested in continuing along that career path, or would you be interested in trying something a little bit new?
Uh, I mean, I'm good at what I do, I suppose, but I think maybe if a little bit of change wouldn't hurt.
Well, in that case, there's a lot of potential options then, because could go somewhat could do with a whole not lot of change and go with like sort of carpentry on board, or you could shift directions a bit more dramatically and perhaps how are you at cooking?
What?
Cooking, making food, feeding the rabble.
I've never really done anything like that. I don't really. I mean, I've like looked at books on it, but I've never done it myself.
Well, if that was something that intrigued you, then the cook can always use an extra hand or an extra very big articulated thumb. In that case, could also just stick you somewhere a bit more nautical for a day or two.
Like what?
Well, depends a bit on what you'd like to learn, because could be a topman, could be sneak around in the rigging above our heads doing that sort of work, could be helping maintenance some of the gunpowder below deck, help with that sort of inventory for a few days, could be helping repair some line. Like we're dockside right now, we're not doing any active sailing for the next little bit, but there's always stuff that needs doing.
Well, I don't know about any gunpowder. That sounds like an accident waiting to happen.
To be
And
honest, I'm looking at getting rid of it all, replacing it with other stuff, because that was already in the works with Jackie aboard, but now that we know it's not good for me as well, we're phasing that out.
oh, sorry to hear that. Or I guess I'm glad to hear that you're getting rid of it.
I mean,
I'm
it
neutral, I guess.
happens. You're not wrong about an accident waiting to happen on that front. So, yep, away it goes.
About well, with all the rigging stuff, I'm not too bad with heights, but I don't know how much help I'd be with just one big articulated thumb up there.
Well, you know what they say, like, you never know until you try. Like, I trust in your ingenuity, because, like, you've been a big old snake your whole life, I assume. You know how you know your limitations and what you can and can't do, which you'll know that far better than me or anyone else. So, how about we consider this, Mac Lonless? What if I hired you here for, a few days, perhaps up to a week, and just general help aboard, whatever needs doing, uh, you'd be an extra hand, give your shot at it, and then I would be able to be your reference for getting you a job that you would like to do longer term.
That would, yeah, okay, yeah. If it's not too much trouble, I mean, like,
Oh, many hands make light work. Like, we could always use more.
right, okay, we can check on it, yeah.
Excellent. Holds out a wing to shake.
And little bandage tail. I say little, Mac is huge. A bandage tail in hand to shake.
Down, decisive nod.
Hmm.
Now, I would offer to give you a tour, but you saw a good, decent bit of it recently. I don't know. Did you have like ship's plans when you snuck aboard? I don't know how well you know this ship.
I mean, I just kind of looked from afar and just sort of guessed. I looked at other similar sized ships' plans. I, you know,
You're not a bad hand at this whole heist thing.
I mean, I suppose I'm not too bad at it, but it's also hastes. It's
Yeah, those
I don't
are.
know why I keep doing that.
Hmm?
I don't know why I keep doing that. It just keeps happening. I don't plan to do it again.
Life happens sometimes. It's consider it a skill set to keep in the back pocket. You hope you don't have to use it, but it's times where it becomes necessary, then it becomes useful. So how about this? We're just going to take a quick walk through. I'll give you a quick walk the way because that way, just in general, plain know where things are. And then how's about we start you on stuff tomorrow?
That sounds good. Yeah, I'm
Excellent.
actually kind of excited, I suppose.
Good, good, good. Exciting's it's a good emotion. Just going to start doing a walkthrough of the ship. Congratulations, Mac. You have you have a job. It's a legitimate job. Like as you're walking through, like hammer out pay stuff, you're getting paid. And at the end of it,
Yeah,
you're getting a reference letter.
yeah. It's like during the tour, Abigail like shows a like catwalk or whatever. Is like, oh wait, you'll know this because this is where we fought.
Yeah. This is where you like hid in the pipes and then like surprise jump scare me. This is where you like you guys turned and one of my grew into like dust for a bit.
Yeah, and your I didn't catch the name. The rope friend.
Ah, Hauser. Like it'll be around too. Don't like she pauses and seems to like actually think for a moment. You don't need to work with them if you don't want to. They are around.
No, it's fine. It's just I don't. I'm just worried it'll be a bit awkward.
Listen, anyone has any troubles, come over to me. I'll work it out. You're here on my invitation. And you're Jackie's friend, and like oh well, at that forget me as a reference. Just use Jackie as the reference. That's what I'm doing. You're Jackie's dear friends, and it's clear to me in your actions that you care quite deeply about them, and that speaks to your character.
Um, yeah. Do you want to roll an insight?
I would love to.
Go for it.
Oh. Okay, what is the modifier on top of this? It's probably good. Yeah. +3. Okay, well, that's going to be a nat 20.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Perceptive bird. It's not that hard to spot anyway, but yeah, like almost any time that Abigail is making reference to Mac having been here before, or having already met the crew, or having skills for breaking and entering, or, you know, fighting dirty and deceptive, they are always looking away at the floor.
Oh, no.
They don't like thinking about all this. There's so much guilt in this snake.
Sit down a moment. Let's rest our feet. Or a foot, in my case. Between, like, the two of us, there is a singular foot going on. Just going to sit
Right.
down on a
Yeah,
crate.
you're like, is it like are you like frail? I don't know if that's mean to say.
I'm old. That's just factual. I like to think I'm not frail. I certainly live life like I'm not frail, and it hasn't backfired on me yet. But yeah, for my old bones' sake, sit down, sit down.
Right,
Pats.
okay.
Pats are great.
Yeah, Mac's gonna do like the little coil up into little circles. I don't know
Ugh.
how to describe it. Like, you know what snakes do.
Yeah. Thing where it's like coils and the head just pops out of the center.
Yeah.
Makes them look smaller than they truly are.
Yeah, deceptive.
Yeah.
Maybe you should call them that again.
I think this is going to be good for us. Just getting you back on your metaphorical feet, your coils. I don't know the terminology of that. It's going to get you back up and running. It's going to help get the ship back up and running for any next big stints. Now, just because of my little bit of history, that doesn't mean like we're going in the same direction. Let's get you some nice, legitimate, quiet. I assume you want quiet work out there.
Right, yeah. Um I know you said it's, being a friend of Jackie and all, but why are you doing all this?
And to her credit, like she doesn't immediately answer with something that might be kind of like grandiose bullshit. Like she's actually thinking about it and like considering the answer. Well, you ain't a bad person, Mac, and you're in a tough spot, and I'm able to help. So why not help? Like I've lived a long life. I've believe it or not, I've been in similar situations.
I
Shit happens,
I
and it's tough to see how you could get out of the spot you're in. You need a little outside boost.
I don't really mean offense, but I doubt you've been in this kind of situation. I mean, like
Well,
getting
not one
hired,
to one.
getting hired by someone whose child you tried to kidnap. That's,
Oh, we're going from that angle.
you know,
Listen, there's on my end no hard feelings. I get what you and the others were thinking and getting into doing. I am glad that Jackie has the kind of friends who, if they believe that they are in trouble, are going to do something about it.
right. I just didn't want to make everything, worse. I I guess like I just want to say like I really am sorry.
Apology accepted. Is that any relief to Mac at all?
It really is.
Snake
It's not a
goes
lot, but
noodle.
it's a yeah. It's not a lot, but it is at least confirmation that Mac is not completely horrible for this.
Well, just in case you're wondering if this is all like some sort of trap trick, it's not. Like, this is a legitimate offer, and you'll be doing a bit of work here, but Jackie's here also. You'll get to see them every day and whatnot.
Right, yeah. It'd be nice to just like, I guess hang out when I'm not working.
Yeah. And well, here's actually the other thing that was come up in this whole like arrangements, getting your letter, getting your gold, and all that. Part of why extra hands is so welcome at the moment is that we're in the middle of kind of a cruise shift change. So people are leaving, some people are going to be coming. There are free and open bunks at the moment. If you're going to be working here for a week, if you like, you can stay your nights here.
Um, oh man, I
If you
suppose that
like.
would be really, it'd be nice. I guess I need to run it by Philippe first.
Well, yeah, true. Let them know and all that.
I think maybe I'll get back to you on it, I suppose.
Yeah, of course.
'Cause it is a nice offer, but
For some
I
people, I
still
know
want
for
to pay
some
it back.
people that's been a deal maker before. was for me when I was your age. The head tilts one side. Not that I'm exactly sure how old you are, but let's just say when I was a youngin', didn't necessarily have a permanent residence at times, so being able to live on ship was a real boon.
I mean, was it someone else's ship at first, or did you just start your own?
Oh yeah, no, oh no, I started from the bottom, worked my way up. Just another lowly little deckhand on some big ships on the ocean. But I at least had the benefit of knowing that the water was what I wanted. In some ways, I knew what I was about fairly early on, and that makes some things easier.
Yeah. I guess I've never really. I don't think I've ever really been out on the ocean much at all. I don't know what it'd be like if I were sleeping here. I might, you know, hurl.
Well, consider this a little test then, because being along dockside, nothing's going to get rough.
Right, yeah. Mac is gonna, like, I think relax more as they're sitting together. Just take some time to just. I don't know exactly where they are sitting on the ship, but they're just gonna take in the atmosphere a little bit. Have some quiet
Decompress.
sitting together. Yeah.
I think they're
Let.
on the decks, like under the open sky, like there is some kind of working around. There's some people up above in the rigging, and the Mac doesn't know what they're doing. Incomprehensible to them, but something's going on up there.
Yeah, they're like little spiders.
Yeah.
You know, I never actually was kind of. I don't know how to phrase this. I guess, like, I suppose I'm not really allowed to sort of be here.
How do you mean? I invited you on board.
Yeah. Well, I guess, I am allowed by you, but uh, when I was younger, my dad told me to just that I really shouldn't go out on the ocean at all. Like, no boats, no nothing.
Really?
It's all bad luck.
Now, was he saying that for like general superstition, or was this like a sailor kind of superstitions?
I mean, I guess I wouldn't really know it. He just didn't want me out here. I think it's probably a bit too dangerous, but it's serene. It's nice.
Hey, then I guess it's a good thing for your old man's sake of mind. Not that he necessarily needs to know anything. That the ship isn't going anywhere while you're here. We're just doing
Yeah,
repairs.
and even if anything were to happen, there's a competent captain.
Ah, yes, there is. And the exciting stuff tends to happen out on the sea anyway. This is going to be chill. Like the exciting stuff for the most part tends to happen out there. That's like big leg. That's my eye. That's where all the good stories are. but they're also not the calm stories.
Wait, wait, yeah, I've never actually heard how you lost your eye. I suppose, like, Jackie's heard all about it from all the stories.
Jackie's heard a version. Or might be worth to say, Jackie's heard multiple versions, and they can pick whichever one they find favorite. But I will admit to altering that one somewhat, both just because I think it's funny that people don't exactly know, but also, believe it or not, Jackie may or may not be the best about hearing about dogs.
Oh?
This wasn't any mobiles, man. They're like completely different. There's many old sea dogs on the sea. This was completely different,
Uh,
completely other time.
Thank gods for that.
I know, right? The I had no, I didn't have personal beef with mobiles till I knew they'd been messing with my kid. But nah, some other guy, another devil of the seas from way back. Oh, and what a devil he could be.
Yeah?
Now, thing you gotta understand about this dog. Big son of a bitch. Oh, red as anything, and oh, teeth for days. But that wasn't what was dangerous. No, no. It was a sword that got me clean through the eye. Incredible swordsman. Better than me, at least. I wouldn't say swords is my specialty. I'm more for magic boom boom, you know? But was able to get in close. And that's where I get into trouble.
And so, wait, so that guy took he slashed your eye off? Or out? Or,
Got in an incredibly lucky shot. This was like pitched battle. So the background you gotta understand for this that it's a bit of a coup going on. Some power struggle. So way back when, believe it or not, uh, you've probably heard of like the whole soda running thing that happened, where for a while Gisnep was a real on people about certain at the time illicit drinking substances, but people still want their drink, and they'll pay good money for it. So of course I am no longer involved in any such illegal activities whatsoever. But for a time, I was involved in that business. And the captain I was working under as a first mate may have. I came into being captain of that ship. And the first big run I had out as captain, got the eye done in.
yeesh. That's rough. I mean,
It was rough, but listen, it was a good shot. Like, listen, so a bit later, ran into that same guy at the bar, and I said, "You and me, we have to rematch right now. Arm wrestle, go." Didn't take his eye, but let's just say we settled our differences. That's something people may find kind of hard to understand, but the older you get, the harder it has been for me to necessarily keep grudges, because things just happen. Sometimes you lose an eye. I'm not endorsing it. I don't recommend it for anyone. But it is what it is.
I mean, like, I don't know what this, like, did it hurt, I suppose? Is that, like,
Like the
bad to
Dickens.
ask?
Oh, it hurts. And, well, such details as that I might omit to Jackie because it would simply upset them. But it's being a paper thin, as it were, did near slice off a good chunk of the head as well.
Oh,
Right?
jeez.
That's what being young and able to heal well does for you. I was still quite a bit blue when that happened. I had more ink to put into healing quickly, quite frankly. But you got me good, and here's the thing. I'll tell you a secret. That little arm wrestle competition. That was the distraction for a good chunk of my crew to go board his little ship, wherever he was working. Take some stuff out of his cargo and add it to mine. So we got even in the end.
Is the helpless old lady, did you say? Not
Just a,
deceptive in the slightest?
just a little old lady. Well, at that time, I wasn't old yet. I was a rough and tumble young upstart who didn't know what she was getting into.
Yep. I bet that guy was like seeing red. Get it? Because like red.
In every sense of the word. It's a thing about rivals. Like, they can drive you nuts. They can do you some big harm, but like, there's a respect that can happen. The mobiles give a bad name for dogs on the ocean, but like, that family ain't representative of everyone out there.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm gonna do a intelligence here.
Smart snake? Snake smart?
Wrong chat, but Snake is smart.
18.
Alright, Mac is just very happy listening to this story. And then as Abigail repeats that, they go, yeah, a dog?
Oh yeah, big dog, Redison.
Right. A, a red dog.
Yeah, that I would say those are the two words that would describe this tune. Yep.
Wait, a red dog tune?
Yeah.
Uh, were, were they like Hausen or Frankenolly or
Taps chin. You know, that's a good question. This was a while enough ago, and I hadn't. You know, I don't know where he went. I don't know what happened to him. Could be at the bottom of the ocean. Could have retired happily. I haven't had to think about this guy in a while. But Abigail's doing a big thinky. Hobson's not right. Frankenelli's not right either. Very definitely not Rubber Hose. If anything, I'd say he was more like you and me. Like, you know, yup yain sort of thing.
like me?
Well, like, sure, because I'm on the extreme end of the 2D sort of thing, but like more like that. And also like, you know, it was funny. For such a big, bright red dog, was still able to get up, sneak up close enough to me to get that eye shot in.
Um,
Should Abigail be rolling an intelligence at this point?
yeah.
Let's go. All her none. Oh no. What is straight 0? All right. Atomic. That is an entire 2.
Uh-huh.
She's got nothing. No connection or correlation whatsoever.
Yeah, Mac is. I'm gonna do a deception. Just to see if they can hide their face, the expression well enough.
17's pretty
Okay.
good.
Yeah. Mac is
No,
doing
Abigail,
fine.
Abigail could be
This
that. Let's find out. She will
this
not.
listen to this story. It's fine.
Because 12 plus 3 is only a 15.
Uh-huh. I think she's too wrapped up in her story and reminiscing to notice Mac is like
Oh yeah, totally.
shaking a little.
Things were going so good for Mac. We made things so good for them, and now we're just yanking that rug out.
Yeah.
Being Mac is suffering.
And intelligence. Yeah, Mac is putting stuff together in their brain.
Mac may have some questions for the old
Yeah.
man.
Like staying away from the sea and stuff. And like being real cryptic about not really talking about anything about what he used to do before he retired. And
Mac kicking down door. Holy shit, you were a pirate?
holy shit, you took Abigail's eye? Dad, what the fuck?
That's my boss.
That's my boss now. And Mac is looking at Abigail and thinking, oh god, I cannot tell her this.
I need this reference. I need this reference. I need this reference. Because in Mac's mind, Abigail finds out I will be unemployed forever.
She said it's fine, but I don't know, man. If I'm related to the person that took her eye and I almost took her child, that's she's gonna kill me. She's gonna kill me. But yeah, Mac is, sitting listening to this story and just nodding along, and their mouth is pressed very shut, and they're like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Right, yeah, uh-huh, yeah. As Abigail's continuing to ramble.
Oh yeah, and like she's wrapping up. She's like, because, and here's the thing, because they've been starting to get so chummy, and Mac was starting to relax so good. Just kind of like, friendly clap on the snolder, and is like, but I've been talking for long enough, and you've had a big day, and you know what? I will see you tomorrow.
Right.
Yep, bright and early, and lunch is included and all that. Don't worry about like I'm gonna bring anything. We'll feed you, all that good stuff. Say hi to Philippe for me.
Right, yeah, I will. Sorry, I'm just a bit excited, like I said.
And I'm glad. Happy to help and all that.
Yeah, happy, 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 happy.
That's a spirit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The more you say it, the more it's true.
Right, okay. Yeah. Bright and early, right? I better get going then.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then, huh?
Will do. Safe travels, all that.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, bye. Bye. And Mac is leaving a little
Scooting.
bit too fast.
Yeah, scooting.
Scooting away, just, you know,
Kicks down the door. Philippe, holy fuck.
they are rushing out of, like, until they can get behind a building away from the ship, and then they are just gonna go, oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Once again,
Okay,
Max, no good, terrible, very bad day.
right, yeah. Okay. And Mac is just gonna go back to Philippe's and tell no one, maybe. They don't know. They don't know.
That's this is the problem for like tomorrow, Mac. Oh dear.
Yeah, this is a problem for tomorrow, Mac. Today, Mac is gonna go back to Philippe's. They're gonna say hi. They're gonna say long day, and then they're gonna go lie down in bed and just try and not think about things.
Abigail, meanwhile, just like standing hands on hips at the front of the ship, just like nodding to herself in satisfaction. I think that went well.
Yeah. Do you think that's where we ended?
I think that's where we end it. Cliffhanger for poor Mac.
And Abigail's so satisfied. It's like, oh, everything went so good. Mac's doing great.
I've done a help.
I've done a good help.
Oh man. Thank you for playing with me, Atomic.
Thank you for playing with me.
Oh
And
boy.
thank you for listening
Yep.
to another installment of Mac's No Good, Very Bad, Awful Day, the FPS.
Yeah, fortunately I'm feeling that can describe a lot of Mac's game events. But hey,
Yeah.
it's gotta swing around at some point, right? Right?
Anyway, thanks for listening.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Ending recording. Bye now.